Hey, Chewy891 here, guys, coming at you with a Marvel Crisis Protocol Cup video on cards that I think will see more play. Well, you already see them there, but I'll talk about it in a minute. That I think we'll see more play due to the limited ban list, and just my thoughts on just with teams coming out and with the flexibility now that you can, especially with the limited list, you can only take 2 out of that list, so that frees up 6 other cards for you to play in your list, which is awesome, and frees up 3 other spots for you. If you want to play those cards as staples, right? It'll free up 3 other spots for you that you can use, and I think that's huge. I think that's really cool. So, without further ado, and this is just based off my experience playing in 2 leagues so far, especially with the first league. Everybody was taking brace, patch up, field dressing, med pack. I would have taken them too, right? I mean, when I played the Asgardians, that's all I took. I took Odin's Blessing, patch up, med pack, brace for impact, field dressing. You know. So, anyways, yeah. Without further ado, and with the web warriors being as good as they are, I think there's 2 cards here specifically that, well, pretty much all these cards can deal with them, I think, but there's 2 in here specifically that I think deal with them for sure. So, anyways, all right. First one I want to talk about is Acute Census. Now, granted, this just came out, so I don't have any data on nor have I looked up data on what people took in the top 16, top 8, or after the change after week 4 or week 3 or something when they started updating the roster. So I don't know. So I'll have to take a look at that. But right now I'm just going off the top of my head. I'm just going off the matches I played. I didn't see these cards. So one of them is Acute Census. During character's activation, you may spend 1 power to play this card. Enemies do not benefit from the stealth superpower, and this character ignores line of sight when attacking this activation. Right off the bat, this deals with Miles right away. With Miles, you have to be within range because he has stealth. And characters that have range 5 attacks just can't do anything to him, right? You need to get up close, and that's something that you don't want to do, especially with a character like Hawkeye. You don't want to be within range 3 of attacks. You don't want to be close. You just want to be back popping shots, basically, and doing hook arrow and all that stuff with Hawkeye. Any characters with long range attacks don't want to be up there like that, unless you're Thor, who you do because he's awesome. But yeah, I mean, this definitely helps out with that. You can deal with Miles pretty quickly and right away, because I mean his leadership ability is really good with the rerolls and everything. I mean, survivability on that team is really good, and the fact that they can just push you around and score really quickly, take out points and everything, it's phenomenal. They're an interesting team to play against for sure. And in the league I didn't, but I saw matches with them. I mean, it's like, wow, they can do. Well, I had played them, but before the league. And I was like, wow, this team can go up really, really quickly if you don't know what you're doing. And Miles is hard to deal with already. I mean, with the fact that you have to be within range 3 of him, he moves medium, and he does that whatever web kick attack or whatever it's called, and gets out and places himself within 3 and then runs away. It's huge. So if you can deal with him as fast as possible, I mean, this is one of the cards that can help you for sure, I think. And it's cheap, 1 power. You get that turn 1. Whatever. So let's go to the next one. Mark for Death. Love this card. Love this card. So 2 allied characters that are within 5 of the same enemy character may spend 1 power each to play this card. And this round, the enemy characters cannot gain stealth. Well, they loses and cannot gain stealth at all. Its speed becomes small. That's huge. So now you've made characters that have stealth, that move medium or long. Now they move slower, which is great. They're easy to pin down. Now, granted, Miles still has his place within 3, but the place within 3 and mediums, there's a big difference there. And cannot modify reroll defense dice. Right there, you neutralize Miles. You can neutralize Spider-Man if you want to, like stuff like. But this card, I mean, mainly you want to deal with the problem character that has stealth. Miles for sure. But I think this card will see more play. I don't know if it has. Again, I didn't look up the data, so this is just me going off my top of my head. But I think just me going through my cards over the weekend, like cards I don't play, cards I haven't seen, that I've played against or have seen. You know what I mean? I just haven't seen this combination of cards. So they could be. I don't know. If they are, hey, cool. But this is from my personal experience. This one I never see played at all. And this one, I was like, huh? I was like, this is pretty good. So let's read it. So when two allied characters and one in three of the same injured enemy character, they may both spend any amount of power to play this card. The enemy character loses power equal to the amount spent. Immediately, this is a Black Order card. Okay? This is a Black Order card. This is a Criminal Syndicate card. Why I say that? Black Order most of the time maintains priority. So if you can get an early kill on somebody, on a problem character like a Thor, MODOK. Granted, MODOK's easier to kill than Sinister, but if you can get his Sinister and take away the power and stuff like that, this is huge. This card's really good. Basically, yeah, with Black Order, with husband and wife, you're always gonna maintain priority. So you take out the problem, daze them. Okay, next turn you don't want to do anything. Granted, you can just kill them outright and not spend any power. That's fine, but there's the possibility of failure, right? So if you fail, let's say you just don't do any damage to him. At least you played this card, and now Thor has no power, and he has to generate all that power, depending on how much he has. If he has 10, you both spend 5 each. That's 10 power. Thor has nothing, and he blocked all your attacks. Okay, cool, dude. Now start your turn with no power. I think this is gonna be a great card. Criminal Syndicate, you play that card where you steal priority, and you just play this card, and like, okay, you deal with the problem and move forward. I like this card a lot. I think this is the one right here. I want to try it out at some point. Hopefully within the next like week or so when I get a game in or something. We'll see what happens. Trip Up. I don't see enough of this. I like this card. I think this is going to be a staple for me when it comes to Defenders. I will be playing. I like the Defenders. It's probably my main team going forward. Oh, the X-Men too, depending on. I like what Scott does, so we'll see. But with the Defenders, I love this card. Or with So when an allied character targets an enemy character with an attack during its activation, and the targeted character is within 2 of another allied character, the allied characters may spend 1 power each to play this card. The target character is dealt damage by its attack. After the attack is resolved, it suffers stun and stagger. Again, stun, you can only gain 1 power if you're gaining power, like excessive amount of power through damage or whatever. You can only gain 1. Stagger, you lose an activation. So now you're down in activation, and yeah, that's not good. That's never good. And with stun, you're not gaining power. That's not good either. So, with the Defenders, the fact that you can spend a power and change an attack to anything, and if you do damage, you get Hex. Now you just dealt out 3 conditions and 1 attack. And the probability of Doctor Strange doing that on the first turn is pretty high. You give this to a problem character, they're having a bad day. Not just that, they get pushed as well. So now you're taking him out of position. You're handing out 3 conditions with this card. So I think any team can run this card, honestly, and benefit a lot from it. Stun and stagger is really annoying to deal with, especially if you're not shaking or whatever. They're really annoying. I think this card will see more play as well. And last but not least, Unearthly Rage. I like playing this card. I think people should take a second look at it. The fact that we're starting to see more characters, a couple more characters get an area attack. Right now, off the top of my head, Thor, Daredevil, Storm is getting an area 2, and there could be other characters. I just have to. It's 40 other characters. I can't remember who else area 2 attacks, but you do the area 2 attack during character's activation. You spend 2 power to play this card. This activation, the character is within 2 or more characters, which you want to be when you do an area attack. You add 2 dice to the attack roll, and 2 dice. That's not bad. 2 power for 2 dice, not bad at all. Granted, I think rerolls are stronger than adding dice, but getting extra dice, especially on an attack like on Daredevil, when you have to be within a scrum with that area attack that he does, you gain dice. I think it's 2 per character around you, and then you play this. You add 2 more. I mean. Right now the math, I mean, I got up to like maybe 6 or 8 dice in my last game with that attack. And I think if you do damage, you push him small, which is huge. So, and then you're handing out Hex as much as possible too if you have the power to do it. Granted, it takes a lot of power to do. But, you know, I think this will be a fun card for characters like Daredevil and Thor for sure. Well, Daredevil for sure. Thor. Storm. Storm just came out. She has an area 2 attack. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, once you get in the middle of scrums, just play this. I think this card will see some more play. Um, Especially with if you play against Black Order, and they always got husband and wife on you and stuff, and just anybody who likes to fight a lot more. You know what I mean? And someone wants to get in a scrum with you. Okay, cool. Like let's see what happens, and then get in there and do your thing. Um, so yeah, I mean, and these are the cards, and I'm a big fan of Sucker. By the way, like this for me, if I have to rank these cards, like Sucker, I got my eye. Like, okay, for me personally, it'd be Trip Up. This is tough. I don't know how to rank these cards, but I think okay. How about this? The most fun I'm gonna have with Sucker. That's the most fun. Staples, one of these two. Unearthly Rage, second most fun character because I could add more dice and do some stuff. Trip Up, when I really want to ruin your day. I think this is the kind of card I want to play. You know, I really want to ruin what your best character's day and just not have him do anything. This is the card I'm gonna. That's where that's my thoughts on this card and the rest of the cards. So, all right, so that's it. I mean, those are just my thoughts. I wanted to get this out there as soon as I can. I know season 3 is wrapping up. Just saw a crazy game last week with Sooner, and forgive me, I can't remember the other guy's name, but God, he ruled defense nights for days. It was insane playing against Web Warriors, and after watching that game, it got me to thinking what kind of cards I should look at to maybe just consider, like what should I do against that kind of play style, and not just dice. I mean like just Web Warriors and just the other strong characters I could score. You know, Wakanda's another one. Just dealing with problem characters and everything, you know, I think these cards will definitely for sure help you out. Help a lot of people out. Just my opinion. Anyways, if you guys agree, disagree with me, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Would love to hear your thoughts of, hey, if you think I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If you think I'm right, cool. If you don't like it, let me know. I want to hear some opinions. But definitely do that, and subscribe if you want to subscribe. I'm going to try to do a lot more Marvel Crisis Protocol content. I'm new to this stuff, guys, so bear with me. I'm sorry if this video isn't spectacular, but you know, something I came up with right away, and I just wanted to get it out there. So anyways, guys, that's it for me. Take care. Have a great day. Again, comment, like, unlike, subscribe. Let me hear your thoughts. You guys, all right? Take care. Have a good